it's Leonora here. Welcome to my channel, Naturally Fit. So today I'm going to show you guys how I make my own toothpaste and or tooth powders. Now, why do you need to do that, Leonora? There are a number of reasons. First of all, I enjoy making my own products. I know what I put in. I can add as much or as little of something that I want. Secondly, with toothpaste or tooth powders that you make, they have a number of benefits to oral health. They help to remineralize the teeth, they help to stop receding gum lines, they help to prevent or to reverse cavities, they help to whiten the teeth, they help to balance the pH in the mouth so that your breath doesn't smell bad. And even sometimes at night when you wake up the next morning and you've got really bad breath, when you start to use these tooth powders, you realize that actually your breath doesn't smell so bad. So those are a few of the reasons why I wanted to use and make my own tooth powders. Further to that, with store-bought toothpaste, there's something called glycerin in it, and glycerin forms a barrier on the teeth, and that barrier prevents anything from being absorbed into the teeth. And so that is not really a good thing if you're looking to sort of help your teeth to replenish themselves. And it takes between 26 to 29 washes with a tooth powder, for example, to remove that barrier on the teeth. So it just gives lay to the fact of how strong that barrier is. And if you're trying to improve the health of your teeth, you want your teeth to be able to absorb minerals, for example, which will help to strengthen them. So avoiding store-bought toothpaste with glycerin would be a first step. And if you're conscious of things like fluoride, tooth powders don't have fluoride. And another fact that I really like, because I have a child, is the fact that it is a natural product. So you know exactly what you're putting in. You can change the recipe according to the likes or dislikes of yourself or your child, and you know that what they're putting in is fantastic for their oral health. In addition to the fact that it does pull toxins and heavy metals from the teeth, so it is an all-around winner. So enough of the chatting. What do you add to a tooth powder? So what I start with is kaolin clay, which is a white clay. Again, I'm going to try and I'll show you guys here what it looks like. So it's literally like a white clay. And I'm going to make two different recipes. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of this clay, kaolin clay, to each as my base. And then I'm going to add in one of them some green powder, because as I said, your teeth absorb what we put into them, and this has a wealth of nutrients. So we're going to add about a heaping teaspoon into one of them of green powder, and this green powder contains spirulina, chlorella, barley grass, wheatgrass, chlorella, sorry, not cholera, chlorella, and that's it. And it's an organic green powder, so that's quite a good one. I'm also going to add some Himalayan pink salt, which is great for giving the teeth a nice clean feel. Okay, I'm going to add in one of my recipes a level tablespoon of Himalayan pink salt, and that's the one that doesn't contain the green powder. I'm also going to add about half a teaspoon of Fuller's Earth clay. This is absolutely fantastic for pulling toxins, heavy metals, and giving your mouth sort of like a detox. So I'm going to add half a tablespoon, sorry. I'm trying not to mix the spoons here into each. That's okay if that has salt in it. And I'm also going to add some baking soda, which is renowned for having the pH balancing effects and also for whitening the teeth. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon into each. And then my favorite is activated charcoal. Now this is what is quite popular now. A lot of people talk about activated charcoal for skin, activated charcoal for whitening teeth, activated charcoal for if you have like food poisoning, and I would agree with all of the above. Okay, so I'm going to take about 5 capsules there of activated charcoal. I'm going to open them out into the batch that does not have any green powder. And what I would also recommend with these tooth powders is when you make it into a paste, when you add the coconut oil, before brushing your teeth, you would scoop out a little bit of the tooth powder and literally like pass your tongue along your teeth so that your teeth are covered or coated in the tooth powder mix, and leave it to sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And you can do it as a form of oil pulling, and that helps to sort of whiten and strengthen your teeth. Because if you imagine that, you know, you're making your own tooth powder that's so full of nutrients for your teeth and really good minerals, and you just literally, if you do a typical 2-minute brush, it's not enough time. So if you do it as a form of oil pulling, you will notice the improvement in your teeth. I'm actually going to add a little bit more charcoal. So I said 5, but I'm going to add 8 because I really like, I prefer the charcoal version. My daughter prefers the green powder version, but I really like how my teeth look and feel with the charcoal. I'd also like to say that when you're doing the tooth powder and you're brushing your teeth, because you're having, you know, green and black toothpaste, you need to sort of perfect how you spit your toothpaste out into the sink, because if you just go and you spit your toothpaste like that, like you get toothpaste everywhere. So I try and like literally spit it right into the drain hole, because after a while you get fed up of having to scrub the sink clean every single time, and with the addition of the coconut oil it just becomes really messy. So you do want to try and make sure that when you are brushing, you brush and then purse and spit like that. Simple. Okay, and I actually forgot one ingredient in here, which is calcium. So a lot of recipes call for a calcium and magnesium addition, obviously because calcium is great for teeth and magnesium is great for teeth and bone health, but I cannot find that anywhere. So I'm satisfied with using my calcium and my my calcium powder alone. I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon into each batch. So finally, there's something called xylitol, which is made from birch tree bark, and this is a very sweet product, which it's quite controversial, the research. Some forums talk about the fact that why would you use anything sweet on your teeth, and I would common sense for me would say, yeah, I would agree with that. But because, I mean, technically it's made from birch tree bark, which is a tree, then it's not, I wouldn't class it as a sugar per se. Also because a lot of people have said that it's helped to reverse cavities, it's helped to, you know, stop cavities from getting worse, and I mean that's a benefit. So you can add some xylitol, just literally for taste, I would say. And having a mix of, you know, sweet and salty is good, so you can balance it out. So I'm going to add about a level tablespoon into the green powder mix. And so what we do now is we're going to add some coconut oil. Coconut oil is amazing for oral health. If you don't have any of these ingredients and you only have salt and coconut oil or coconut oil and baking soda, that is a fantastic start. Because what you can do is you can just use that to brush your teeth, and you're halfway there almost. The other ingredients are great, but you start with what you have. So don't look at this video and think, oh my gosh, I have nothing. Start with what you have, even if it's just regular salt, and start to get your mouth and your teeth and your gums into better health. So that's part of what I'm trying to do currently. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a glob of coconut oil into here. Ooh, I'll show you how much. About that much, because we've got 2 batches there, and we want to melt it down and add that into our containers. Okay, and coconut oil again is really good for whitening the teeth. You can consume coconut oil to help with weight loss. You put it in your hair, put it on your skin, and to be quite honest with you, the charcoal version here that we're going to make, this it's fantastic not only as a tooth powder but as like a facial scrub as well, because it's everything that your skin needs. So a really good thing with these products is that they have multi-purpose uses. Okay, so I'm just going to start to, where's my teaspoon, into the green one. I'm going to add some coconut oil. If you live in a cold country, just be aware of the fact that these recipes, when you have made your tooth powder after adding the coconut oil, it will set hard. So you will and I will show you how hard I mean, because I've made one here and it literally sets quite dry and hard, so you do have to sort of dig it out. If you are in a hot country, it will sort of stay at room temperature, which is really good because then you've got the liquid consistency. If it sets hard, then just, you know, take your spoon and just dig out a little bit, as much as you need to brush your teeth that day, and it's sorted. So we're just going to mix that in and let that set. You don't have to add coconut oil. If you don't have coconut oil, then you can literally use it as a tooth powder, and you could either take your toothbrush, wet it, dip it into your bowl, and try not to breathe too much over it, because then it sends powder flying everywhere. So you don't have to add the coconut oil, because I know some people don't like coconut oil, but if you do add the coconut oil, just be aware of the fact that it will get hard if you're in a country where it's cold. So here we go. So this is there's something therapeutic about making your own products, you know, like you just know everything that goes in. You know you've made it, so there's some satisfaction in that. Right, so that is look at my hands. That's the green one, okay? Doesn't smell horrible. You can add essential oils to this, peppermint, spearmint. You could also add like cinnamon powder, which is great for antibacterial properties of killing bacteria in the mouth. You could add clove, which is great if you have like tooth pain. So this is a recipe that I like, but you could add lots and lots of different variations to it, okay? And then we're going to add the final one into the charcoal. That is sizzling. It's quite hot. Sorry, the storage ran out there. So this is the coconut oil in the charcoal recipe here that I'm mixing. And I would say the only drawback of doing these is that it does get a little bit messy. But it's really nice to make your own products. So if you have children or youngsters, maybe even babies, you can just start with, you know, if I could go back and do it again with my daughter, I wouldn't start with toothpaste for her. I would start with coconut oil, a little bit of salt. I wouldn't start with the toothpaste at all. Okay, so that's it. That is it there. So we have two simple recipes that we've just made. We've made charcoal, activated charcoal. So the activated charcoal is really important because of the way that it's made. So if you have regular charcoal, I wouldn't advise to use regular charcoal. I advise you to use activated charcoal because it's a living product. And the green powder with the xylitol, the activated charcoal with the Himalayan salt, and here you have two tooth powders that will last you a very long time, at least I would say, with between two of us brushing 4 times a day, not 4 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day, would last about a month to 5 weeks, so it's a long time. So enjoy using your own tooth powders or your own toothpaste because you've added the coconut oil. Add cinnamon, add clove, add peppermint essential oil or spearmint essential oil. Play around with the recipes that you like best, and watch as your teeth improve and your oral health becomes phenomenal. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like it, and also please do subscribe to my channel. Leave any comments, questions or feedback that you may have, and I hope to see you soon again here on Naturally Fit. Thank you for stopping by and have a blessed day.